Hello, and today I present to you the movie Anne of Green Gables 1985. I will tell you about the original names and ages of the actors and how they changed in 2023. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to support us. Alright, let's get started. Matthew Cuthbert is played by Richard Farnsworth. In 1985, he was 65 years old, and sadly, he passed away on October 6, 2000 at the age of 80.
The cherry tree all silvery in the moonshine, don't you think?
Oh, yes, it would. No. There's been a big mistake.
Oh, no.
I got high hopes.
When they called you, when you heard you were nominated, what was your reaction?
Well, I let out a big war whoop.
Miranda Cuthbert is played by Colleen Dilhurst. In 1985, she was 61 years old. Sadly, she passed away on August 22, 1991 at the age of 67.
Ah, Rachel, good morning. And how are all the limbs?
And I kind of laughed, right? And then she said, and she goes on to say that although she knows you are leaving.
Anne Shirley is played by Megan Follows. In 1985, she was 17 years old, and now she's 54 years old.
On Camelot. She knows not what the curse may be, and so
She's fiercely loyal. Her power lies in, she's a woman in the 1500s, so her power lies really in the power.
Diana Barry is played by Shula Grant. In 1985, she was 15 years old, and now she's 52 years old.
Oh, don't worry, Diana. She'll probably leave in a big huff first thing in the morning. But I don't care. She's only father's great aunt. We've never been close.
A table next to ours, and she'd left her plate of fajitas half uneaten. And she said, "Oh my God, Jason, go get that lady's plate of fajitas right over here."
Miss Muriel Stacy is played by Marilyn Stone. In 1985, she was 45 years old, and now she's 82 years old.
I understand you have a plight of your own.
Diana Barry. We were bosom friends, but alas, her mother's refused to even...
Why that popped into my head, I really can't tell you, but I don't believe in things happening just by circumstance, you know. It just, there's a reason. And so I kind of went online and
Rachel Lynde is played by Patricia Hamilton. In 1985, she was 48 years old, and now she's 85 years old.
Isn't that Matthew Cuthbert driving that buggy?
Appears to be.
He never goes to town this time of year. And he never wears...
Emotional scene for me. I had only met Kevin in auditions. I knew Megan a little bit, but I'd never met Colleen. So the first...
Mrs. Amelia Evans is played by Jackie Burrows. In 1985, she was 46 years old, and sadly, she passed away on September 22, 2010 at the age of 71.
Our indebtedness to Mrs. Amelia Evans for gracing us with such a stirring performance in support of today's benefit.
Submits a name for the, category. So on behalf of our other leading actresses in Avonlea.
Anne Josephine is played by Xiaomian King. In 1985, she was 60 years old, and sadly, she passed away on January 6, 2007 at the age of 81.
Any idea what it's like to be wakened from the few hours of precious sleep granted an old woman in a strange bed by two ferocious wild girls?
Were all Canadian things, wonderful place at the time. Tell me about Andrew Allen.
Gilbert Blythe is played by Jonathan Crombie. In 1985, he was 19 years old, and sadly, he passed away on April 15, 2015 at the age of 48.
This childishness has gone on long enough, don't you think? Look, I'm sorry I ever said anything about your hair.
Through playing this, and as the shooting went on with this one, that became a little more natural, and I can sort of base it down to a rhythm. There's a rhythm.
Mrs. Hammond is played by Jane Eastwood. In 1985, she was 39 years old, and now she's 76 years old.
Well, if you'd pay more attention to your chores instead of poring over them fool books of yours.
Please, I won't do it again.
It was just...
I remember Woody Allen when he did Ants. He said, "This is the hardest job I've ever done in my entire life," because you can't shrug. You know what I mean? Like everything.
RAF Allen is played by Cedric Smith. In 1985, he was 42 years old, and now he's 79 years old.
We loved him, and we commend his soul to Jesus.
Ooh, I'm quite stunned. I'd like to thank all of you, and I'd like to thank the people.
Josie Pye is played by Miranda Duffy. In 1985, she was 17 years old, and now she's 54 years old.
Sweet old dress to Fanny Emerson's wedding last year, though, didn't you, Anne? You know what they say, twice a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's
very amazing partners. I thought I was making a sports drama when I started out developing this movie, and then, ended up in...
Thank you for watching the whole video. Leave your comments below this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell to wait for our next videos. Thank you and see you again.